That's cool that, I mean, athletes are seeking you out and you get to have conversations with these people. And I always assume that if you're getting paid maybe $500,000 a game or whatever, that you would have access to the latest gadget and gadget. I mean, everyone would, but there's seemingly, these guys are eating junk food and stuff. And, Rashad Penny, who unfortunately got hurt, which is why Robert Turbin is in, was saying he used to eat McDonald's. And then he finally got off McDonald's. And then now getting back to the Seahawks, I mean, he had some amazing breakout games. So it's like, how could someone that's getting paid 6-7 figures a game one afternoon is eating food like that and doesn't have access to these things? So it's pretty amazing. So it just brings us back to, and that's why we have these podcasts and these conversations, because we all need to sort of hear these things. So what would be, and I want to talk more about alpha waves and psychedelics. We're going to get into all that. But let's say someone's listening and they're like, all right, I want to make sure this year really is my best year ever. Okay. How many days a week would, in an ideal world, considering finances and eating healthy food and all this sort of stuff, like what would be kind of the minimum effective dose of sensory deprivation to help to really make that self-talk stick?
Yeah, great question. The science, there was a study conducted in Sweden. This was specifically about workplace burnout. And when I say workplace burnout, there are thousands of people going, yep, that's me. Workplace burnout for sure. There was a study conducted out of Sweden that looked at what that minimum effective dose was, and it used a control group. And the way that they found was the most effective with the least amount of application was 9 floats in 27 days. So that's a float, a day off, a float, a day off, a float, 3 days off, and then the same rhythm twice more. So it equals to 9 floats in 27 days. And so there's packages that we offer, that Float Seattle offers, that sort of cater to that, because that's sort of the baseline. Now, that said, if you are ready for a massive change in your life, if it's like, this is my decade, I am going to go for this. I have a lot of goals. I've got strong intentions. I feel really motivated for change. What I would suggest is that you go float like 3 or 4 times in a week. Because what that will do is it will get you in touch with yourself. It will reduce your cortisol levels, because that's what the studies show it does anyway. It lowers your cortisol. It lowers your epinephrine and your adrenaline and increases your serotonin. And so by hitting it hard up front, you're actually resetting some of the like deleterious brainwave effects that you just deal with every day and often deal with 4 glasses of wine and 6 hours of Netflix,